Hi, I'm Clinton.
And I'm Nikki, and we're here to share a glimpse of seasoned love.
The real, the rugged, and the romance.
The last leg of our journey from September 2021 was through Kansas on our way home. We stopped in a little town called Burdett, which is where Clinton's mom grew up with her family. Big farm out there. And we had some time to reminisce and Clinton remember some stories, and so we just wanted to share that, especially for family to see our time in Kansas.
Yeah. Here we are in Kansas, coming up on the old homestead. My mother's family. They owned most of the property out left-hand side. These trees are along something called Sawmill Creek. Keep going down to that fence down there, man. I think the only thing left of the old homestead is a windmill. That tree that's nice and big right there in the center of the screen, it's a cottonwood tree. It's kind of funny how things are a lot smaller when you're an adult than they are when you're a kid. Because I remember as a kid, me and at least one, if not two of my cousins would come swim in this little horse trough or water basin or whatever they call it. The windmill would churn up there and the water would pump out. Right over there, just on this side of that metal little structure there, was the big barn. The barn covered it so you couldn't see any of that back there. Big red barn. We used to go on the top of that barn, up in the loft of it, and camp out when we were here when I was kids. And then over here, if you see the big cottonwood tree there, kind of by itself, that was just in front of the house. They would drive and park right near that tree. You can just see the tractor over there that's kind of embedded into the tree at this point. And I don't know if that's the same one or not, but I remember my granddad, who's my namesake by the way, his name was Clinton too. He would sit me up on his lap and we would ride out into the fields on the tractor. He would tell me all about what he was growing or what he was doing. Yeah, just a lot of memories. Well, there's a few cows out here that I wasn't expecting, but I'm at kind of the far end of the field. And I think somewhere back this direction is where the old dugout house was that my mom's family originally settled this land and built. And all you can feel now is a bit of a depression. But I came back this far just to see if I'd missed it, but I think it's right up here. My brother was saying that there's a good depression in the ground. The only place that I can see was right up around this little clump of trees in the next clearing. He said you probably wouldn't even really see it as much as you'd feel it. And as I was walking through here, I kind of think that right in this area that I'm standing here was the old dugout. The creek's right down in there. All the way across where you see these trees is where Sawmill Creek runs up through. But anyhow, I'll send this video to my brother and see if I can confirm. I did notice that somebody was probably eating watermelon or something and chucked it out their tractor window is the only thing I can think of. And it took root and grew in this little divot here where the old dugout was. Here's another portion of that same vine, so I'm guessing that's watermelon too. Anyhow, I think I'm gonna head back to the Jeep and call it a day.
This, my friends, is a tumbleweed. See that? That was blowing?
It tumble right along.
Tumble right along. Here's what it looks like in the ground. Tumbleweed. In Kansas.
So back on the road again, and realized that I think the last time, of course I came last year, right? But before that, I think it's been close to 30 years since I've been at that homestead. Remembering all the kinds of memories that I had, just how cool that was to remember some of the things about my grandparents, right? And I guess I just want to encourage you that if you've got grandparents that you don't know the stories, like you don't know where they came from or how they lived when they were growing up, or you know, it's surprising because sometimes they don't think to talk about the little things, right? Talk to them, write down those stories. Better yet, videotape. Boy, I would love to have some video of my grandparents talking about the old stories of how things were or whatever. But anyhow, just connecting with your grandparents if you still have them.
We are about to do a big adventure.
Yeah, we are.
But guess what?
What?
Sparky's not coming.
No, he's not.
You'll have to find out what we're doing.
Okay.
Stay tuned.